during the last year, our application process was spearheaded by Andy Carter, our athletic director, and he has done a great job, and I'd like for him to be able to come up and talk a little bit about this transition period. Andy?
First of all, we're excited that you're all here to share this with us. You know, last Friday was a very interesting day for everybody as we anticipated what that would look like when it eventually happened. And lo and behold, our leader was gone. And we needed to wait for her to get back so she could celebrate this because she was the one that took the phone call last year. And I know that broke her heart, and we're so happy that we're able to stand here today and tell you about this successful journey into step one. There's also a few people I want to thank, and Dr. Cunningham touched on most of these people, but a process like this is not done by one person. It's not done by 5 people. There is an administrative staff here at the top of this organization that makes something like this possible. It starts with Dr. Cunningham's leadership and the leadership of the executive team, Dr. Lohman, David Pakey, Brad Franz, Steve Valencia, Skeeter Bird, and a whole list of other people that decided a year ago when we got the notice that we weren't accepted that we were going to push forward. And that's not easy to do when the easy thing would have been to step back. And these folks said, you know, we're going to push forward and we're going to make this happen because this is what's best for our university and for our student athletes. I can tell you that as a new person into this environment, it was really heartwarming to see a group of people that are competitive, not only for the athletic realm, but for the academic realm, and we want to be the best. And that makes somebody like me, makes my job a whole lot easier. I also want to thank the community and our boosters who stood by us, even though at times they questioned what we were doing, because there was probably some reason to do that, because we didn't know. I got the question all the time, so what are you going to do if you don't make it? And of course, if you ask me that question, you know the answer is that's not an option, and we're not going to talk about that. And so I want to thank them for staying behind us. I want to thank Wendy McManus, our compliance officer, assistant AD, who really stood up and did a lot of work to help us fix some of the issues we needed to fix, as well as all of our head coaches and our entire athletic staff. Will Pruitt, commissioner of the GAC, without their support and the support of the other GAC members, this would not have happened. When we got the bad news last year, they stood in the trench with us and helped us and supported us and told the NCAA we will not leave their side. If they had done that, we would have been in trouble. And so this is just as much a victory for them as it is for us. And I want to mention one person's name, and I don't think she's here, but when you get to the very end of this process, the NCAA has a lot of particular things that have to happen in your application. I think our final application was 726 pages. And you have to link it in such a way that the membership committee can easily navigate back and forth to when you answer a question, they can link it, go to where that answer is, and then come back. And that's not a skill level that I have. And so Lita Grimsley took a week off of her hard, busy schedule in IT, and her and I got to become very close. And we worked through that project to get it done and get it sent out on time. And without that help, we would have never gotten it done. I want to take a brief moment real quick to introduce a few very important people, since our student athletes. And these folks will be available for some questioning later. I'm very thankful that they're here. Marshall Bell, if you'll just kind of put your hand up so people know who you are. Kyle Yeck, Jonathan Freemeyer, over there. Taylor Hooper, Brittany Bunch, and Audrey Richmond. And these are the cream of the crop, folks. These are the people that have really laid, as Dr. Cunningham said, they're the trailblazers. They're the ones that have worn this on their back to where we can get to this point. A little bit about the process. It's much like, you know, any step-by-step process, you know, step one's the most important part, and we cleared that hurdle. Now step two is the most important part. And what we can expect to happen is over the next year, we are going to be interrogated and pushed through a litmus test, so to speak, by the NCAA membership committee. We will have a visit from what they call a vendor, a group that they will hire, that will come and they will put us through basically an accreditation process for athletics. And our application, they'll look at it and they'll see what we said, and then they'll be here to see if we're actually doing that. And it will take every single person on our campus and our community to have a positive response, to be very excited about the process, because the way this works is somebody gets left behind. Not everybody makes it through on time. And so we want to put our best foot forward. The last hurdle will be, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's something we have been preparing for over a year now, and that is the compliance audit. And with the help of Wendy McManus, as well as we have a new staff member, Ryan Kaiser, who has served as a compliance officer at a Division II institution, we feel like that not only will we be ready, we're pretty close to ready now. And so this next year is really going to be a big year for our athletic department in this university. And we're so excited. We're playing a comprehensive schedule in the Great American Conference, except for football, and they'll start that in 2013. I think we have 6 conference football schools on our schedule, and all of them are NCAA levels for the whole season. So we have so much to be thankful for. We've been blessed through this process, and I'm just thankful to work for an institution that puts student athletes first. Ride Rangers, ride.